Hey guys, and welcome to my Day 1 Details video for Neo-morphosis Infestation by Darkgate Games. If you had a keen eye, you could find me sharing images of this game on BGG a year ago, and the thread was actually even older than that. So this has been long in the making, but was it worth the wait? Let's dig in. Real quick before I get into it, I just want to say thank you for being here. You guys make such an awesome community, and I enjoy interacting with you all so much, either here, on the Facebook group, Discord, Patreon, BGG, whatever. Thanks for being so awesome. Okay, enough mushy stuff. Let's talk about the game details. Neo-morphosis Infestation is a 1-to-4 player sci-fi co-op based miniatures game where you'll be busy repairing the space station while fighting off an alien horde. You'll be doing a lot of thematic actions like recruiting the station drone to help repair the station, remote ordering him to self-destruct when convenient, sealing off sectors at terminals, crafting makeshift weapons from tools like a nail gun, repairing jammed doors, and looting the crates in the medical bay for items. As you play, emergency cards will be drawn that provide a test and a description of what will happen. Combined with sector compromised cards, you end up with an ever-shifting map situation where there's always something on fire, often literally. You'll be making 4 different skill tests: science, like for making a medkit; tech, like for repairing a terminal; and escape, to move away from aliens. The 4th is a special skill, where you'll roll die to try and match a certain pattern needed. Emergencies are completed as a team, rolling programming dice to match all of the pips and symbols. So even if you didn't complete it, you know you helped the rest of your team try and manage these emergency situations. And you'll need to pull your weight for sure. The game plays as a race against time where you are all trying to handle the emergencies that pop up as they progress in severity over time if not taken care of, while also trying to improve your loadout to deal with all of the aliens. So you might be trying to get to a terminal to handle a situation in Sector 4 and must decide between searching the crate nearby or trying to deal with the aliens with what you have before they damage the terminal. If things go south, your other crew members could even flush out the oxygen of the sector, killing all the aliens, and you as well, unless you have a life support system. It might come down to that, or losing the sector entirely as things go from bad to worse. You'll be doing all of this either as a standalone encounter that acts essentially like zombicide missions with a bit of story and theme, some unique situations and map layouts that are always one-off scenarios. Alternatively, you could play it in a campaign mode where you play 3 games strung together to form a short story-driven campaign. In both cases, you'll be generating the game session by picking a map and 3 encounter cards: Entry, Explore, and Eradicate. This will create an objective-driven mission with some story elements every time, much like a zombicide mission, but with more thematic story. To enable a truly story-driven short campaign instead of drawing randomly, you'll be directed to use specific cards. There's more novelty here that they aren't sharing at this time, as they want a few surprises to remain. Either way, you will always play with 4 heroes. While all of this is going on, you'll have to deal with the aliens too. Much like how emergencies get worse over time when not dealt with promptly, so too do the aliens as they neo-morphosize, growing from pods to larvae to a worm or even a hydra. Each version of the alien will act differently based on a card draw and will get harder and harder to kill. Combat is pretty straightforward, thankfully. Simply roll a d6, then add your attack bonuses from weapons, character perks, or other game effects. If the result is higher than the defense, then you do the damage noted on the card used. Attacks can be melee, ranged, or structural. Taking too many wounds on your character, however, defeats the crew member, causing them to recover their next turn before jumping back into things. Even still, while balancing between dealing with the aliens and the emergencies, you'll have to win by completing the actual objectives. Losing is of course possible by either having all 4 players down at the same time, or too many emergencies are happening. Okay, so that's a high-level look at the gameplay. What about the campaign specifics? Right off the bat, know that there is a 48-hour early backer reward for another playable crew member, Ella Ridley. After 48 hours, she'll be available as a paid add-on for $10. Note that you must back at one of the early bird pledge levels to get this. Speaking of miniatures, they'll be made out of PVC and ABS plastic, are 32 to 60mm in size, and should be on the higher end tier of board game quality miniatures if their Dark Rituals miniatures are anything to go off of. There are 2 pledge tiers worth talking about. First is the hatchery tier that gets you the core box plus all applicable stretch goals. It'll cost you $100, and with it you'll get 36 miniatures made up of 12 unique sculpts, 8 double-sided map tiles, 2 double-sided narrative rooms, 14 character ID cards, 1 system interface panel, 100 plus cards, 6 special dice, and 80 plus tokens, plus all core stretch goals. The second tier is the Hive tier that'll get you the core box, the third in-star expansion, and all stretch goals. That'll cost you $140, and that extra expansion gets you 19 new miniatures made up of 4 unique sculpts, 2 more double-sided map tiles, 1 more double-sided narrative room, 4 new character ID cards, and 12 additional cards. This expansion focuses on adding more alternative neo-morphosis forms for the aliens, including ones with ranged attacks. One thing to note here is that the third in-star expansion will cost $5 more in the Pledge Manager. Delivery for the game is estimated for April 2021, and that's said to be more realistic instead of saying 1 year by default and then delaying until April. Shipping with the core box plus some of the stretch goals is estimated to cost around $18 to $26 for the US shipping, and is marked as an EU-friendly product, coming in at $30 to $42 for most EU countries, and several contingency plans to handle customs-friendly UK delivery based on Brexit. If you have any more questions about the campaign, I highly suggest you click the link to the Kickstarter in the description below, as they have a very detailed FAQ where you can reference everything like questions about a versus mode to the size of the cards used in the game. And with that, it's time for the best part of the video, the King's Decree. I'll say it right now, I like what I see. Having the rulebook available, a nice high-level overview of the mechanics, details like miniature size, and an image of every single thing you can expect to get, plus an FAQ right off the bat is nice. Additionally, Darkgate Games was amazing to work with for this video, so a big shout out to them for taking the time out of their very busy schedules to ensure that you guys can get this video, which I sincerely hope you have found helpful. As for the game itself, I need more sci-fi games. Cthulhu games and fantasy games are fantastic, of course, but they are also flooding my shelf space currently, so seeing a new take on the sci-fi theme with some really fun and bright art calls out to me. The player boards and map tiles in particular just look great, with lots of color and exaggerated proportion silliness, which I actually quite like. To be honest, I'm looking at this not from some heavy strategy game, though it looks like it'll pull you in a dozen different directions when trying to decide what to fix first, but as another Zombicide style game. One where the rules are straightforward, combat is swift and fun, and it can just get down on the table and played with little in the way. If I was to voice 2 mild concerns of mine, the first would be the skill test system. As a terrible roller, I need some solid luck mitigation and manipulation. I haven't really looked into how much of that is available in the game yet, but it's something I'm interested in seeing. Additionally, I want the game to not just feel like one big skill check, but I don't think it will, since the combat is a different system, and there are other things to do like looting, as well as a co-op-driven programming skill check that acts a little more like a shared dice placement mechanic than an actual skill test. The Hive pledge for $140 is the one I'm going for, as it's only $20 more than the normal cost of a Kickstarter minis game day one nowadays, but what I really like about the expansion is the focus on adding variety. Often with these games, you end up just spawning and fighting the same 3 to 4 enemies over and over and over again. Having some ranged and a wider variety of neo-morphosis is a must for me to play it long term. So there you have it. It's a game I can see hitting the table a lot with my gaming group, and I'm looking forward to seeing what else Darkgate Games has in store for us. Hey guys, again, thanks so much for watching. If you found this video helpful and you'd like to see my future Day 1 details videos and other related Kickstarter reviews, unboxings, and news videos, and you aren't subscribed, I'm pretty much the only channel on YouTube that covers this stuff at this level, so consider subscribing. Love how many videos I pump out, the quality of them, and find them helpful? Be sure to thank one of my awesome patrons that help make it all possible. Want to help out? That's a great way to do it. Just follow the link at the end of this video or down in the description below. I don't take money from the companies I critique so that I can continue to stay 100% independent and honest with all of you. Regardless of why you're here though, I sincerely hope you have a fantastic day. Take the time to attend or plan a board gaming session with your friends and family. Grab a bunch of snacks and enjoy life and the company of others. In fact, I think I'll do just that for this weekend. Take care guys, and I'll talk to you again really soon.